Waikato-te awa katohia he wai mau. Katohia he wai mau. Ka eke ki te puaha o Waikato-te awa he piko he taniwha. He piko he taniwha. Ki atu patora ke tahuri koe i ngā aukaha o Waikato.
Hi, I'm Josh from Above Productions, and today we're going to show you how to set up your brand new JBL Eon 610 system that we've supplied to you. Please ensure that you refer to all the operating instructions, especially the health and safety documents, to ensure safe operation of the equipment. If you have any questions regarding this equipment, feel free to contact me on the below details. First step is to choose your speaker placement. You need to ensure that your speakers are put in a location that will not cause disruption to people with a trip hazard, and also that it is not being rained on. Another consideration you need to have is power, and that it's easily accessible. Once you've determined the location of your speakers, you need to set them up. First, you need to spread the legs. What you don't want to do though is spread them all the way out. This will create a trip hazard. It also takes up a lot of space. As long as they are extended out to a length that ensures the speaker is stable, then you're going to be perfectly fine. From there, tighten. Your next step is to pull the safety pin out, loosen, lift the top section up to where you need it to be, insert the pin into the holes, set it down, do it up again. Repeat with your other speaker stand, and then you can go and place your speakers. Once your speaker stands are set up, it's now time to put your speakers on. There's a hole at the bottom of each speaker and also a wing nut to tighten them up to make sure they're on properly as well. Once they're on, rotate to position, do up the wing nut on the back, and you're good to go. Repeat on the other side, and then you're ready to start plugging up your speakers. Next, we'll start connecting all the cabling and getting it running. Now you need to get your power source sorted. Once you've determined where it's coming from, you need to ensure that if you're using it outdoors, you have an RCD. This will protect you in case anything does happen, and it will remove the risk of electrocution. From there, you need to start powering everything up. Make sure your power source is turned off. Plug in your IEC cables that you're supplied with. Then connect to your power source, which is off. Repeat on the other side, and that's your power sorted. Leave your power off up until the point of you ready to run your system, which means after you've plugged up all your XLR and your microphones. We've supplied you with 6 XLR cables. Right now, we're only going to use 3 of them. First thing is we're going to link the 2 speakers together. Each speaker has a through on the back of it. Your main speaker you need to plug out of that and into channel 1 on the other speaker. This speaker has been set up as our second speaker. I'll go through that shortly. First, plug in the XLR, take the other end across to your main speaker and plug it into through. From there, you need to ensure that they are set up correctly. Right here, next to channel 1, we have a little button, mic and line. Currently, this is set up with mic pushed in on both channels. When it's pushed in, that's where you need to plug your microphones into. On speaker number 2, both of these are set up as line. This means that when you plug in the input cable from your first speaker, it basically pulls down the volume level so that it's not cranking out of this speaker, but that both speakers come out at the exact same volume. Next, we'll plug up the microphones into speaker 1 and we'll talk you through the different volume controls and your microphone stands. Now that the speakers are plugged up and connected, it's time to hook up your microphones. We've supplied you with 2 AKG D5S microphones. These have a built-in switch on them to save you always having to run back to your speakers and pull down your volume if you don't want it on. One thing to note, each microphone clip has a little adapter in it. This adapter we don't need, so make sure you remove it and put it back in its case before putting your microphone clip onto your stand. One other thing also to note is when storing everything, you need to ensure that your microphone clip stays with the mic, because otherwise your mic stand will not fit in its bag. Now we've done that, let's connect our mic clip to the stand. Like so. Now we're ready to run our cable. This end of the XLR into the back of the microphone. Let's treat this microphone as microphone 1. Channel 1. Now that microphone 1's done, you need to do microphone 2. Same process, except this time you're going into channel 2. That completes wiring everything up. Now, we need to power everything up. Once you've turned on your power source, you can go through and turn on the switch on the back of the speakers. Now that your speakers have power, you can start looking at where we're going to place our microphones, as that is quite important, because what we don't want is feedback. Microphone 1 is going to be used, in this example, for the elders of the marae. Microphone 2 we're going to use for the visitors of the marae. Now that we've determined what microphone is connected to what channel and being used for what task, we can then place our microphones exactly where they are, and we can start playing around with the volume control. Each channel has control, channel 1, channel 2, and then your master. With microphones, they can be very susceptible to feedback if located too close to the speaker. What you want to do is ensure that you've got about 3 to 4 metres away from the speaker if you're in front of it. If we're behind it, like this, generally there is not a problem. Generally. If you do find that you're having feedback, chances are your microphone is too close, or you're pushing your volume just that little bit too much. Sometimes you're going to have to pull it down just a smidgen to remove that feedback. Earlier we talked about setting up speaker 2 by having the line button plugged in. The reason this is important is because now when we're checking our volumes, the master and input signal needs to be exactly the same as speaker 1's master level. That way you receive the same level out of both speakers at the same time. For this situation, I've got channel 1 and 2 on our main speaker straight up. When I was testing this earlier, it was pretty loud. You do have a light above the master to indicate if you're hitting the limit of the speaker. You also have a light above each channel telling you if you're receiving signal from your microphone. Now that your system's up and running, there's a couple of things that you need to make sure is set up on the speakers properly. EQ presets. This determines the EQ of the speaker for what you're using it for. In this instance, and in most instances on your maraes, you're going to be using these speakers for vocal speech. I have these set up, both of them, on speech. When you first get them, they may not be set up like that. To change that, hold down Boot and EQ preset, and you'll see the light will change and go down the list to where it is. So if we do it again, we are now back onto the speech EQ preset. Do the same for the other speaker and you're good to go. Your system is now working perfectly, hopefully. Now hopefully your event also went really well and it's now time for pack down. First off, you want to make sure you power down your system. Turn off your speakers at the back. Disconnect your incoming power source to ensure you don't get an electric shock. From there, you can start disconnecting your XLR cables. One thing you want to do is ensure that you coil your cables correctly. Over, under. That's the correct way for coiling your cable. Over, under. While you're doing this, you're also giving it a bit of a twist. What this is doing is coiling the cable in a way that next time you need to use it, there's no knots. It also ensures that your cable is not being twisted inside. From here, next time you use it, grab an end, sit it on the ground, pull up, away you go. Throw it along, perfect, no knots. Once it's coiled, you want to get a bit of electrical tape, tape it up, put it back into your bag case that we've supplied with you. Once you've done all your cabling, it is time to start packing down all your speaker stands and microphone stands. Pack up is nearly done. Now that you've got the cabling out of the way, it's time to put the rest of the gear away. Starting with the microphones. Take them off, including the clip, and put it into the little pouch that's been provided with the mic. Zip it up into the case. This way, your microphone is not going to get damaged. From there, you can start going through, folding up your microphone stands, your speaker stands, and then put them into the bags that we've provided for you. When you're taking your speakers off, don't forget the little wing nut that we did up needs to be loosened. Lift them off. If it's too heavy for you, ask for help. Put the covers back on the speakers. Make sure all your stands are put in their bags, zipped up, you've got all your parts, and put them back in storage, ready for next time. If you do decide that you need some electrical tape, gaff tape, feel free to contact us, as we have plenty of various colours in stock.
Huka huka, ita huri ai tō